Well, good morning, folks. This is Grumpy with Granny and Grumpy's Homestead. Today, we're going to work on some of these overgrown watermelons and squash. I've had a lot of work recently with my carpentry stuff, and I've sadly neglected some of my duties. But I mean, you know, uh, what I'm doing, I'm trying to thin out what we've got here to where we've only got one watermelon plant coming out from each place and hole here.
He's even got some. He's even got some baby watermelons growing.
There are some little female flowers showing up. I guess we'll just have to look around. I've seen a few of them, but
he was telling me a while ago when he was moving stuff around that, hey, there's some little watermelon, teeny weeny watermelons out here.
Yeah, they're hard to find. Most of them are male flowers.
Shame on them.
These flowers, yeah, they're what do they call that? Toxic masculinity.
There ain't no such thing. Oh, I see a baby watermelon.
Yeah, basically.
Right there, is that a baby watermelon right there?
Yeah.
See that little tiny baby watermelon?
This little guy right here. Yeah, basically, this is the male flower, and the bees are going to come along and get the pollen from there, and then they'll pollinate. Once this flower opens, they'll pollinate that, and that will cause the watermelon to grow. Here's another female that's opening up.
Oh, what a sweetie!
And so,
well, we got at least 2 watermelons growing.
Yeah, it's amazing how big they're going to get. They'll probably be this big. And
say that again. How big?
They'll probably be about 15, 20 pounds or so.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of watermelon for 2 people to eat.
Well, we do a little sharing too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We got neighbors, we got friends at church.
And we take it to Potluck Summit on church on Sabbath. So.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and weed some of these out and train them. We got to train them to go down the plastic.
Yeah, see, because he's heading out towards the plastic.
Yeah, they look a little bit rough because the leaves are all turned upside down, and it looks like,
But it'll change.
Yeah, once they see the sun, they'll just straighten right up. And so, not the least bit worried about how they look now. In a couple of days, they'll be,
And over here is the residue that he plucked off.
I should have done this at least a week or 2 ago, but hey, life goes on. So
that's right. It's gonna all work out.
That's right.
So out of each hole where he planted the seeds, he's trying to just leave 1 plant. Whereas there's 3 plants coming out of it.
Yeah, some of them have 2 or 3. This one looks like it's got about 4.
Yeah, so
he's trying to save the best one. It's hard to tell what that is, though. They're all so intertwined. It's going to be hard to do without damage. Not sure how to do this, but these vines are really long, much longer than you would think.
Yeah, they're really tangled up because of the fact that, you know, they've been growing so much. Wow, that one's really long, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll perk back up. They'll be fine.
Well, they're not damaged.
No.
All it is they're just being moved, you know. And of course, we'll take the part he's cutting out and we'll put that in our compost pile. We're eventually going to show y'all how to do a real compost pile, but we're just growing so old, it's hard to work this stuff whenever you have a big pile of compost. In our younger years, 20 years ago, we used to do it all the time. I'd help Grumpy some and he would do the main part of the work, but
Well, we had some huge compost piles. They'd be like this tall,
oh yeah,
and 10 feet wide or something.
but the soil would be so good to use for the next year in the summer. And we would watch it all through the winter. We would be moving it, you know, and watering it down. And you would go in there to move it, and it would be hot, blazing hot in the center. But we haven't done that in a few years. We've been just buying our compost because we're getting older and it's hard. Farm work is not easy. I have a great respect for all these farmers that are out here that do this stuff every single day of the year. And it's just they're going all the time. I don't know how they do it.
I don't feel so sorry for them because they got modern conveniences. I mean, you rarely ever see them out in their fields. You know, they'll bring their tractor and work for maybe 2 hours out in the 10-acre field, and they're done for a week or so, or 2 weeks. So with modern conveniences, farmers have really got a pretty easy row to hoe.
Even though it's still some hard because, you know,
yeah, but
they're in the sun and the heat.
I mean, with GMOs and all this, all they got to do is put
glyphosate all over their field.
Put Roundup on the ground first, kills all the weeds, and then the only thing that grows is their crop. So, you know, they don't have any weeding to do, and it seems like such a good idea that who would not want to participate in something like that? You don't have to do any weeding.
But it's killing all of us.
That's the issue. It's terrible for.
It's causing so many autoimmune disorders.
Yeah. It's a shame that farmers haven't come to that realization yet, but I know some have, and a lot of people have switched over to organic. You can you can sell your produce much higher if you're an organic farmer, but there's still a lot of draw towards going conventional, GMO crops, Roundup Ready, whatever. And but we'll just keep trying to encourage people to use less chemical and get back to the way God intended it originally. So anyway,
well, you don't have much longer and you'll be finished with the watermelons.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited after seeing those baby watermelons.
Well, you know what? This one doesn't have a plant in it, so I'm going to let two grow from this one. hard to train them to grow all in this direction, but once they, you know, gravitate to what we're doing, they'll just keep moving on down, and everything will work out good.
Well, you got it all done.
Yeah, starting on this squash here, we got some nice winter squash coming in.
Hold on.
Well,
They can't hear me. I can hear you. Hold on.
then come here and take some pictures of these eggs. Squash vine borers.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay.
We got some squash vine borers that
So
are
that's what that is.
laying eggs. Here's a group of eggs, and over here's another one. So what we're gonna do is,
Just pluck the leaf off.
yeah, we're gonna get rid of this guy. I guess I could have took the whole leaf, but you want to dispose of that, Lynn?
Yeah, we'll put that down the toilet. And long gone. Hallelujah. Well, see, I've seen those things on other stuff, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
I wish
the
I had
mother
known.
moth comes and lays her eggs on the leaves and the stems like that, and after they hatch, then they start doing their
Dirty work.
Yep.
Is this more right here? I don't know. Yes, it's more right there in that leaf right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I know what I'm looking for. Now that makes you mad. I just want to get down there and just beat the fire out of some kind of little moth. I know that everything has a place in the ecosystem, but because of sin, there's so much that's not good that causes trouble like this. And that is just hateful.
Well, they gotta live too.
Not on my farm.
True.
So you're basically, what are you cutting off of these squash plants? I'm a little confused.
There's 2, 3, 4 of them coming out of
Oh,
each
so you're
slot.
just.
So I'm taking out the excess.
Oh, okay.
I've left in some slots. I've left 2 certain, where they're not doing that well.
Uh-huh.
But I'm trying to go about 1 per slot.
So you'll pick out the one that is not the best one, and
yeah, if it's growing that way,
then you're taking it out.
to take it out.
Okay. And then I just need to be looking every day for squash borer eggs. And then that will, I thought the squash borer eggs were on the ground. I didn't realize they were on the leaf.
Well, I could be wrong about that. I know some moths will lay them on the vine itself, and these could be just squash bugs that we just took out. The vine borers, I think, it could have been wrong about that. Vine borers, I think they do lay their eggs right on the vine.
Well, then I'm going to start looking up about that so that when I'm out here every day, I can see what it is that I'm looking for, and then I can kill out whatever I'm supposed to be killing out. Because I want to tell you something. It's been nice to have all the squash we've had this summer to share with others as well as to eat ourselves, because when I've made it and taken it to church, everybody liked it. And that's nice that you have to share with everybody. I just love it.
Well, we're going to have some nice winter squash too, so.
Man, look at all those flowers that are getting ready to pop out of there. So will you be putting these on a stake as well, or we won't be messing with these?
No, these vine out. They branch out.
Okay.
They're kind of like watermelons. They'll just
okay.
Out with plastic.
So we don't have to do anything except for do this pruning.
We just got to train them to move in that direction.
Okay. I need to go and find an app on bugs and their eggs, and then get one so that we know what's good and what's bad and what we can smash out.
Too much over here.
Yeah, they're a little bit small, but they're not the same thing either as what you've been pruning. Let me follow along. Folks, I'm having to use my chair because I'm just simply tired. So I'm a little bit slow.
This might be butternut right here. I'm not sure.
I don't remember ever seeing a butternut plant, ever.
I think that's what these are.
So that's what he's working on now.
Their vines will go way out. These guys look more like a bush plant. In fact, I think after I planted them, I read the seed pack and it said they were a bush type. So this is probably not what we wanted for this area, but hey, it's what we got, so
yeah,
we'll be happy with it.
I tell you, there are so many stink bugs out here this morning.
Yeah. I think these were acorn squash, wasn't that right, Lynn?
Yes, the very first ones I think were.
Yeah, they were a bush type, so they're just gonna bush out, which is fine. I mean, kind of wasting some plastic, but it's all good. All right, folks. Well, the deed is done, and I think I'll just gather up the scrappage and
Put it in
put it in
the,
the pile over there.
yep. And these nasty little things here are not long for this world. So, I'm going to go in the house right now and flush the part. I'll cut away everything except for the little part where the eggs are, and they're going to be going sailing down the river. So we hope you've learned something about training watermelons and other vining plants that are going to give you a harvest of lots and lots of good food. So we hope this helps you somehow, and we thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. We hope that you will have a blessed and wonderful day. Keep cool, because it's really hot out here. So we love you, and remember, more importantly, Jesus loves you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.